Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's up, what's going on? As you guys can see, Charles with the most Paul Plant 2, reminding you that Earth is my planet.
Earth is my planet.
Guys, if y'all seen and been following the channel for a while and seen my other episodes, I have been steadily creating a food forest here in my Houston, Texas backyard. But it's about time. Spring is in the air. There's gonna be no more frost, fingers crossed. In Houston, it's past the final frost date, and it's time to upgrade my landscape with a bunch of perennial fruit trees. Now, before we get started with this episode, if you guys haven't seen the previous ones I did redoing my backyard, go ahead and check all those out. But today we're gonna be redoing the side and front yard, all with edible landscaping. Let's get it. So just to show y'all everything that I got, check out what is in the car, man. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fruit trees, 6 and 7. These are more like little shrub-a-dub-dubs. But yeah, it's time to get some of these dudes in the ground. And then we have a couple more just chilling on the exterior of my house. So let's go. Alrighty guys, so first and foremost, we're starting off with a page mandarin. So this is the side of my house. I have a corner lot. I am blessed. I did not get into gardening when I purchased this house, but it kind of was a happy accident that I did select such a large lot size. Now, that being said, this area gets probably like 8 to 9 hours of sunlight throughout most of the day, and then the last hour and a half of the day it is in the shade, light little pine tree canopy. And naturally, where citrus grows is actually kind of in the understory of forests. Despite them saying they need full sun, they can survive in partial shade, if you will. However, I want this dude to get a bunch of that morning sun, and I think it'll be plenty. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this page mandarin, which can get to 28 degrees Fahrenheit and still survive. I'm gonna place him where this sago palm was/is. So as you guys recall, if you've been watching the channel, I transplanted a couple of these sago palms, and this one actually passed away on me. Rest in peace, but I much rather use this hole to grow something that I can munch on. So hence we have the page mandarin, a relatively cold-hearted species of citrus. It can grow in zones 8 through 11 and on the patio of colder climates, and it's a cross between a Tangelo and a Clementine, and this dude is already looking divine. Just give it time and we'll have some fruit on our hands, baby. All right, so we have one citrus in the ground, and now it's time to throw in yet another one. And this one I want to place in this area right here because they can thrive, as I said, underneath the canopy. It'll help break up this fence line. But the one downside is it might be competing, well, not might be, it will be competing with the pine tree and the oak tree. So I'm just gonna have to make sure to really water it in to establish it well. But I think this citrus will look nice right here. So this is the sunburst tangerine that I'm putting in the ground right now, preparing a nice hole. And look at that soil. It already looks nice, lush, and fertile. So I did have to break up the root ball just a little bit to help this guy grow. Now, in terms of growing, these guys can reside in zones 8 all the way through 10. It says they can withstand a couple hours of 20-degree weather. We shall see. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully it stays nice and warm in Houston. But the fruit is a reddish color. It's self-fertile, at least as self-fertile as tangerines can get, but I do have a ton of other citrus species for this guy to cross-pollinate with, so only time will tell. This guy's looking nice. So then I continued on the side of my property, and I was trying to dig a giant hole to put in this Washington navel orange, and I hit solid concrete, so that kind of put a damper in my plan right here. All right, so bad news bears, man. I was digging in here and I hit solid concrete. So I don't think I can dig a hole big enough to put in that like 3-gallon or 5-gallon orange tree. However, I can put in a nice hedge of limes. So right here I have this Persian lime, which I think will be really cool. And I'm not even gonna tree form it, man. I'm just gonna let this form a nice hedge just to cover up the fence line. And then next to it, dude, almost just busted my ass. Right next to it, I'm gonna throw in this key lime as well, just to add some extra flavoration and so they can cross-pollinate. Now, both of these were originally 23 bucks. However, I got them for half off. I don't know why they were half off, but I'm not complaining. Let's get them in. Okay, baby, so here we have the Lowe's exclusive Persian lime. Now, this is less sour than a normal Mexican key lime, and it also is thornless, which is awesome. Now, you guys can grow these on a porch patio in a container, or in zones 9 through 11 if you are lucky enough to have an applicable climate for these dudes. So I'm very excited to throw this in. It does have some thicker skin than a key lime as well, and I also discovered this plant. I really was like, what the hell is this that I dug out of here? It honestly intrigued me for a second. But back to the Persian lime, guys. This dude is primarily used to create a lime juice concentrate, which you can find in pretty much any frozen food section of your local grocery store. So we'll see what's in store for this guy's life, but hopefully it is a long-lived one full of fruit, happiness, and cross-pollination with the other one I'm throwing in the ground. So the other one I speak of is, of course, the Mexican key lime. Now, a key thing to keep in mind with the key lime is this guy is actually yellow and not green, as would a typical grocery store lime be presented as. So this dude is like an incognito lemon, except not at all.
What?
But maybe you guys just want to see the world through my lens, and you're here joining me, so like this video, and let's keep going. The key lime looks great. It was only 12 bucks because it actually kind of looked like shit, but it'll look great, I hope. So now we're gonna throw in a couple of different plants that aren't citrus, and these guys are absolutely banging. One is the pineapple guava, also known as the fijoa, and then behind it, I'm gonna throw in an avocado. Now, what's really cool about this fijoa is just the color, man. I planted these before. It's a nice blue-green color scheme that'll contrast with all this lime green super well. So this will provide an amazing backdrop to the brighter plants that I have up front, and I'm gonna keep it in a nice big ass hedge clump ball sphere form. Okay, look at this. Someone put me in a coal mine. I have impeccable pickaxe skill. Anyways, the fijoa I'm throwing in the ground is native to Brazil, Uruguay, Paraguay, and South America as a whole. It has amazing flowers, so it would be cool just as a landscape plant, but then you got the fruit to boot, which I've never had, so I can't really speak on its flavoration. However, it does drop in the file, and I'm excited to try it. Also, if you guys want to grow this plant, you can grow it all the way in zone 7 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what's up. Shout out the fijoa, coming in strong in the front. And then behind it, man, we're just gonna let this avocado do its thing. It's just gonna grow super tall, super strong. It is a Joey avocado. Evidently, this guy can grow up to 15 degrees, or can survive to 15 degrees. So we'll roll the dice and see if it actually works. Hopefully it doesn't get as cold, but that's why I put it right next to the wall, so that way it can have a little bit of warmth through this kind of corner microclimate I have going on. Now, if you plant an avocado, it needs another variety to pollinate it. They didn't have any other varieties at the store, so stay tuned for another avocado that'll be planted soon. Okay, so here we go, man. I'm gonna try my hand at the Joey avocado. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've planted a couple avocados before and they died on me in the horrible Texas freeze. Look at this grub too. Hold on, wait a second. Look at this giant grub. I did feed it to my bluegill that I put in my pond. So if you guys haven't seen my pond video, go check it out. That bluegill devoured the hell out of this grub when I chopped it up. Anyways, back to the avocado. Yes, avocados are finicky when they are large and you don't grow them from seeds, but this is the only real way to get a great tasting fruit guaranteed. Now, some things to keep in mind if you are planting an avocado: it needs morning sun, not afternoon sun, and typically they do grow in the understory of bigger trees, so it needs to somewhat be protected from the hot sun until it can form a nice thick bark. Even this tree doesn't have a thick bark on it, so I'm just gonna see how it goes. But yeah, I am a little bit frightened of this guy, but we shall see. Sometimes you gotta risk it for the plant biscuit, and I got this dude at low, so if it dies in a year, I'm gonna return it straight up. It is what it is. But look at the leaves on it. I mean, this dude is looking nice. It's looking thick, luscious, and hopefully it does survive and thrive. So there it is, guys. We have the Joey avocado in the ground, and I was planning on throwing in a lot more fruit trees in today's video, but I feel like the video is already probably long enough, so definitely stay tuned for part 2 of this video. in a part 5 of the Food Forest series. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, thank you, welcome. Definitely hit that like button, it really helps me out. This is a relatively new channel, and also subscribe if you guys aren't already. And if you got some time on your hands, go through the rest of my Food Forest episode, because I truly am transforming this 1/4 of an acre property in its entirety. But yes, the sun is going down, so I'll catch y'all soon. Stay tuned. It's been your host with the most, reminding you that Earth is my planet.
Earth is my planet.
Peace.
Killing these songs, leaving a bloody life I roost to. And I'm in it to win it, so I'm somebody that you should get used to.